Hey everyone, and welcome to another Plotty Time Minisode. Glad you decided to take a little bite of a little extra content there. If you fucked up, no, this is not a full episode. This is a Minisode. I'm gonna talk for 20-ish minutes, give you guys a little bit of content on your Monday morning. That's Plotty Time branded, and it's fucking great. And if you don't like it, fuck you anyway. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking, well, by we I mean me. It's just Poppascotch again. This is kind of a theme. You know, we'll get those two assholes in here for another Minisode one of these days. But for now, I'm going to give you another chapter in the Numdit Chronicles, which, yep, sticking with it, the Numdit Chronicles. And this week we were talking about Donut County. And fun fact, so when I was playing this game and when I was downloading it and I was looking up games to play that would be a pretty easy platinum, I definitely read this as Donut Country. I thought it was Donut Country up until maybe a half hour ago, and then I finally read it and it said Donut County. I don't know if my brain's just not, working like it should be. That's what happens when you get older. Shit doesn't work as well. And that just I guess it is what it is. So fuck me, right? Anyway, so we're talking about I almost did it. I just almost did. I just said Donut County seconds ago. So, this game, you are playing as a hole in the ground. Boom. Blew your mind, didn't I? Yeah, you're just a fucking hole. And the idea of the game is to move your hole around the map. You have control of the hole. So, you have control of the hole. And you move it around and you swallow things into your hole. You start off small with rocks or stones or, little plants. As you eat things, the hole gets bigger, and then you eat larger things in the hole until everything on the board is completely eaten, cleared, whatever, sent down into the depths of the dark underground, I guess? I don't know. I guess we'll call it the underground. We'll call it the underground, because that'll make more sense when I explain the story. But it's a puzzler. In the beginning, you are a hole just swallowing things. There are elements where you need to basically take out puddles. There's water involved, but the water fills up your hole because your hole's only so big at a certain time. And with that, you need to go and figure out how to empty the water in your hole and then move on with the puzzle. There's that, and at some point you also get a catapult, and it adds another element to the puzzle solving where you can put things into your hole, and then you hit, I think it's square or circle, I don't remember, and it fires the thing out of the hole. This could be fireworks that you're trying to fire at a certain place. This could be a frog you're throwing up in the air to eat bugs to solve a puzzle. This could be a chicken at one point. It's just how the game is. So the plot, there isn't too terribly much to the plot of this game. It's enough, considering the game is super short. The game is platinumable, completable, finishable in 3 hours. This is probably one of the few times I saw the trophy description. You know how they always tell you, oh, if you're just going for trophies, this game's going to take you 8 hours. But it's really fucking 20, because these people are dicks. And they're like, oh, I can't believe it took you that. Then you tell it in the forum, and you're like, I don't know what the hell this is going on. This game took 40 hours, and they said it was going to take 20. And then everyone's just like, oh, you're not fucking good at the game. Maybe you should suck less. And they can all go fuck themselves. This is what's called a straw man argument. It's just where you make up somebody you're arguing with, and everyone's like, yeah, I hate that guy too. That person probably doesn't exist. I mean, they might, but that guy's an asshole. Anyway, so the plot is there is a character. His name is BK. He's a raccoon. He owns a donut. Is it a truck or a store? I don't remember. I think it's a store. A donut store called Donut County, right? Get it? So he is, most of the time he's dicking around with this app on his phone. And the whole thing that BK wants to do, the thing he's all about, is he wants to get a quadcopter drone, which is pretty fucking sick, if you ask me. Who doesn't want that? But he has this human whose name is Mira. She works for him, and she finds out very quickly that instead of actually delivering the donuts like BK was supposed to do, he is delivering the holes. And by holes, I don't mean donut holes. I mean the literal hole in the ground that is sucking everyone into it and causing all these disturbances. The game is told from the perspective of everyone who's already underground, including BK and Mira. And everyone, they're sitting around like a campfire in this story. Everyone's pretty pissed at BK because, their houses and all their shit are now underground because they got sucked in the hole on each board. And the character of BK is pretty great because he's an asshole and he's not nice and he is in. I don't even want to say he's lying that he doesn't realize what he did was wrong, but he's in complete and utter denial. It's like, what are you guys talking about? This is great. You're down here now. This is awesome. Blah blah blah. So a lot of the dialogue is, you shouldn't have done that. You're such a dick. What are you talking about? I don't remember that. I'm great. Blah blah blah. I'm not really selling it well, but in the game, it is enough fun to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, there's games that these trophy hunters or numbskulls, fuck, I'm awesome. These numbskulls, they'll have to play games for platinums that maybe are easy platinums, get those numbers up, but maybe the game's not that great. Maybe it's actually terrible. Maybe it's like Orc Slayer, which is a piece of trash. And you play that just to get the platinum, and you never want to speak of it again because it was really bad. And people say, hey, I saw you got that platinum for Orc Slayer. Is that a good game? Should I get it? And you have to say no. And they're like, well, why'd you play all of it? And you have to explain what you're doing. Everyone's embarrassed. Let's just not. How about that? So, right. So you're underground. People are talking shit. We eventually find out as the story goes on. I'm going to ruin it, by the way. I'm going to ruin the entire story. So if you want to play Donut Country, oh, God damn it, Donut County, which is out already for PlayStation. It came out like 2 years ago. What do I mean already? It came out for PlayStation 4, PC, iOS even, probably a couple other things, probably everything by now. It's a delightful little puzzle game. Go play it. It's great. I'm going to ruin the fucking story for you. So I'm going to give you a second to leave. And we're back. Now, the whole story. When Mira discovers this, the story, like I said, it's told around the campfire, and these people, basically they go through each individual resident of the town, bitching to BK about, hey, I can't believe you destroyed my house, you asshole. And he's like, what are you doing? And that's the board. Then you go to that area, you have the control of the hole, and you swallow everything around it. You start with like little rocks, and it goes all the way up to like plateaus. Like it gets big, and entire buildings. It's a neat little puzzle game. It's stupid easy. Like it's really easy. It's not challenging at all. You can figure it out pretty darn quickly. That's why the game's so short, probably, because there's like 20 levels, but they're all so short because it's easy. And basically, eventually, the whole you just keep doing this pattern over and over, which is kind of annoying. But eventually, you actually find the reason that all the shit's underground, and it's because of the Raccoon King, right? So the Raccoon King is trying to collect all the trash. Raccoons love trash. In reality, in real life, raccoons are in trash not because they love hanging out in dumpsters, but because that's where the discarded food is, and they're hungry. That's where they go to eat. So they're scavengers. That's what a fucking raccoon is. But in the game, we're going to play, the fun Disney version, which is, he's a king and he loves trash. He wants more trash. What's all the trash? So as you're playing through it, eventually you, as BK and Mira, you decide to do something about this and, free the townspeople. Eventually you come around. It's like the absolute least you could do, I guess. So you go and you go to their facility and solve the puzzle shit. You get through that. And then eventually the Raccoon King sends a quadcopter at you. And this is the final boss fight. It's pretty easy. You basically swallow bombs and shoot them back at him. At some point, he tries to hit you with a laser, which fills up your hole with cement. I don't think it actually takes any health. Maybe like a little bit of health, but not much. And then you have to basically have a bomb go off near your hole. And then that blows the cement up. And then you can collect the bombs in the hole and throw them at the quadcopter. And the way you actually take damage, the hole doesn't take damage. The quadcopter gets a window to shoot at a hot air balloon where Mira and BK are, and that takes down their health bar. There is actually a trophy. I'm going to get into the trophies a little bit more in a sec, but there is a trophy to lose this boss fight, and it's actually very difficult. Like it takes forever. It takes like 8 hits in a game that maybe you might screw up one thing, because I kept screwing up the one thing because there's a trophy to get a flawless victory for the boss, and I kept screwing up the one section because he'll drop like the first time he'll drop 3 bombs and then the little one, and the little one's the one you can actually catch and throw. Then the next time he'll do 4, but as he's dropping those 4, he's moving. The quadcopter's moving. So I kept forgetting the last one was 5. So I'd go to throw the bomb at him, and he'd move and get out of the way. And I was like, this is bullshit. Super easy. I was making it way too hard on myself. I might have been drinking a little, so that probably made it more difficult. But it is what it is. And eventually you blow up the quadcopter. You create a cyclone. You destroy his whole facility. You bring down the Raccoon King and all his trash, and you assist all the citizens to get out of the hole and back to the surface, back to their lives. That's pretty much the entire game. Is it worth playing? If you weren't going through the plat, I mean, if it was free, sure. If it was under like $3, yeah, definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it to get that writing and enjoy it. Like, BK's a fun character. They're all pretty fun. They're all very mad at BK, and his denial is amazing. And it's a cute story. I mean, it's on par with any family cartoon out there. A lot of dad jokes, which I'm going to get into in a sec. But overall, I would say even if, it's for iOS, you can go get your iPhone and go play it. It's fine. It's fun. Is it going to really challenge you in the puzzle? No, it's not. It's not difficult. Easy plat. Easy plat, because the trophies, you have your standard, 6 or 8 that are strictly just beat the story. They're unmissable, whatever. You do the whole thing, easy. So a couple of the other trophies are pretty standard. Like I told you about the lose boss fight, win without taking damage. There are 2 that were really, I guess, difficult. I won't even say difficult. Well, let's put it this way. I'll talk about 4. I'll talk about 4 trophies that were my favorites. The first one, Quack Enthusiast, it's called, and you have to quack 100 times. That's it. That's the whole description for the trophy. There's no ducks in this game, except for there's 2 or 3 sections in the game where you are playing as BK and Mira, and you're texting each other, and the only buttons you have are a duck emoticon and a reply button. And as you hit reply, it doesn't actually pick what reply you're going to send. It just goes with, whatever the story reply is at the time. So instead of hitting that, you hit the duck, and you have to send 100 ducks. Every time you send them a duck, they reply back with a duck. Sometime if you span it too much, then they'll just send 1 back, and it's fine. So another trophy that I enjoyed, one of my other favorites, Secret Soup it was called. I think this was the last one I got. But there is a puzzle where there's one of those bird thingies. How to explain this? One of those feeder birds. It's there's water in the bottom and a little thing, and it just dips down then back up. It's just a stupid momentum thing. Homer had one. Remember when he got the disability because he was overweight, and he had this little bird thing hitting the key? That thing, whatever it's called. There's probably a name for it. I'm not gonna look it up, but there's that thing, and the whole point is there's a rotating thing that has salt and pepper. When you put the hole next to it, well, at first you fill it up with water, then you put salt and pepper in it, then you feed it to the bird. That's the end of the puzzle. But there are these cockroaches running around. Every time you hit a dash of salt or pepper, the cockroaches try to drink the water. If they drink the water, it's contaminated, and you got to start over. So the trophy was to get the secret soup recipe. And that was, I think, 3 dashes of salt, 2 of pepper, or 3 of pepper, 2 of salt. Doesn't matter. But every time you got a dash of it, it released another cockroach. So you have 5 or 6 of them in a tight area. You got to wing it around. You got to hit the rotating thing correctly, and then feed it to the bird. Is this difficult? No, it took 3 or 4 times. This is the most difficult thing I had to do the entire game. But it was the only one that felt like an accomplishment when I got it, because everything else was so easy. There's another trophy that was just called Gamer, and the description is stock up on gamer fuel, because there's a point where you get enough money or points or whatever to order the quadcopter, but there's another thing you can buy, and it's a case of energy drinks. So you buy the energy drink, and it says, stock up on gamer fuel, and then that gives you the trophy. It's fucking stupid. It's not necessary to do it. You can just click on it. You have enough points to do both, and, whatever. It's fun. It's fun. It's a good time, It's fine. So the other trophy, probably the most, I don't know, comprehensive one, I'd say, it's called Nerd, and it's to complete the Trashopedia. The Trashopedia is an encyclopedia of all the stuff you can essentially consume in the hole. And for each item that goes in there, there's a lot of them. There's like 200 and some. But for each item, they give you a little description of the item. It's way easier than you think it is to do this. It's not a difficult trophy at all. You can just... I mean, I don't think I had to go back and grab anything. I think I did it the first playthrough. I just made sure I grabbed everything in the hole, and then that was it. I think I had to like go back and get one thing. Either way, so I wanted to read you guys some of the descriptions that I thought were fun. This will give you maybe a little bit of an idea of what the humor is like for this game, in case you're on the fence. So maybe you want to play it, maybe you don't. I don't know. But some of my favorite ones is the kiln, and the description is just a normal stove you fill with mud. There's a lot of dad jokes. I don't know. I think it's fun. There's a succulent, the plant, the succulent. It just says child safety cactus, which is pretty clever. Snake says alive spaghetti. That's fun. River fish. And then some of these get abstract and weird. Like the river fish one says, you can tell a fish your secrets. They won't remember anything. Because, that whole goldfish has a 3-second memory, which is not true, but, fun. And then popcorn, corn that was punished. That's kind of a fun... I mean, whatever, dude. Soup can, a small food fortress. Crow, the description is, if you make a crow mad, it will steal your credit card number. That is not where I thought that was going to go. I thought it'd be like, take your fries or some shit, or eat your grass seed in your yard, because that's what crows do. But no, it's like, it'll take your credit card number. It'll fucking do it. I swear to God. It doesn't say that part, but it's implied. And then book, you can just tell like BK is writing all these with his like dripping of sarcasm and all, because he says for the book, you can't make me read. I'm not going to do it. That's all it says. BK is apparently not a reader. And then my favorite one, seagull, the bird. It's by the ocean, seagull. It says 99% of seagulls are criminals. Bam, that's it. 99%. There's like 1% are good eggs. The rest just steal, I guess, criminals, because they do that with food. You ever try walking along the beach with like a thing of fries? You ain't gonna get far, bro. Especially if you feed one of the seagulls, because then they all come down on you. It's fun times. So, those are the trophies. That's it. I don't know how much more I can talk about this game. There's not much to it. I mean, I explained the entire story, most of the trophies, the funnest parts of the Trashopedia. There's really not much more except for my thoughts, which is this game fun? Was it worth it for the platinum? I would say yes, it was definitely worth it for the platinum. It certainly was not even close to the bottom of the barrel to the games I've played just to get a platinum. Where would I rank it in the games I've done lately for this? I would say it's definitely... Well, Orc Slayer's in the bottom. Flat out. Bam. Orc Slayer sucked. It was so bad. I'm still mad at that game. Like, still. It doesn't matter. So, Orc Slayer is the worst. Then I think second from the bottom is Nubla, which isn't fair, because that was fun. I enjoyed that game. It was a little bit of a puzzler, a little bit of a collector, a little bit of a abstract artistic experience. And then, man, I'd say the best was probably Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I told you even in that episode. I can't fucking say the name. Is it everyone? No, it's Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which I didn't even label it correctly in the episode. Wow. All right. So that is definitely number one. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. And then I would say second from the top, probably this. Honestly, like it was a cool sense of humor. It was a fun game. It was kind of silly, kind of dumb, a little bit of brain power involved. Super short, easy for the platinum for you numbskulls out there. And then also the other game, probably the one right behind that's Mr. Misagi, and that's just for ridiculous factor. I mean, how many games can you play where you date a cute, pretty little lady who turns into be a werewolf if you say the wrong thing and she kills you, and then also a super hot surfer lady ghost you got to help her figure out how she died. That was an interesting game. It's still weird to say, even in context. I did a whole episode about it. It's still weird to say it like that. But there you have it. Donut County. For you numbskulls out there, get out there, get it. While you're at it, while you're out there doing stuff, I'd really appreciate it if you head over to the YouTube channel and just search for Plotty Time. There's not many of us. Google, we're still at the point where Google says, "Did you mean Plotly Time?" And you're like, "No, I did not. I meant Plotty Time, the best podcast that ever existed." So go there, listen to the podcast that way if you want. Subscribe, really helps us out. You know where to find the podcast already. We told you all this shit. But if you want to get to us, send us an email at plottytime@gmail.com. If you want to hit us up on the socials, at plottytime on Instagram and Twitter, we'll definitely respond. We said we would. We'll promise we will. Can't say it's going to hold up forever, but for now, we absolutely will respond to you. Send us ideas for maybe games you want to cover, maybe minisodes you want to hear about, maybe topics you just want to hear us discuss, whatever. Talk to us. We're out there. We're keeping it locked down. It'll be fun. I dare you. I fucking dare you. Anyway, so that is it for me for this minisode. Take care. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't be a dick. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace.